Well, hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? It's time for another Saturday Skin Showcase. So, as I said, hello everyone. Welcome back to another Saturday Skin Showcase. It is December 10th, 2022. I'm your host, Hedge, along with my co-host over here, Mr. MICRØ. We have a few groups of skins to look at today, which we will review from both a gameplay and a Steam market point of view. First, we'll take a look at this week's Rust item store rotation, and we'll follow that up with a look at any workshop submissions from the week which could be viewed as continuations of existing sets. We might have some Christmas ones. Ooh! We hope that this information will properly prepare us to make informed investment decisions about both upcoming and existing Steam market items. If you have any insights of your own that you'd like to share, please feel free to contribute to the discussion via Twitch chat during stream, which you can see right over there. Hello people, how are you doing? Hello, hello. Or you are more than welcome to join our investor community on Discord, which is linked down below in the description for YouTube videos. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, shall we get started? Mr. MICRØ, are you all nice and warmed up? Are you nice and cozy? Are you in the mood to show us some skins?
I am certainly in the mood. Nice and cozy by the fire, sitting out here on the icy lake.
Oh god, we
I
might
think
melt.
we'll be just fine.
We might melt through. Turn it off quick. Turn it off quick. Right,
I
let's
think our
get out
little
of here.
snowman buddy here might be in jeopardy, but we gotta just hustle through this stream to make sure they don't get melted.
Right, if you could turn it off, good sir, and we'll take a look at a certain deployable that was introduced this week. We have over here an ever so lovely smelling. Oh, what's that wonderful aroma? Why, it's the... well, not my teeth. The Pizzeria Furnace. So, gentlemen, do you have appetite for a nice cheesy delight? We have, to our surprise, a pizza furnace in December. Well, pizza's good for any time of the year, to be honest. It is obviously looking very nice and cheesy, all on the side. What I really like, so this is made by Mr. Jimmick. He made his own version, so you know the basic branding of the chef on the the cardboard and whatnot, eating the pizza. He shows off the art and how he produced that on his workshop page. So good stuff there, Mr. Jimmick, and congratulations with the accepted skin here. Now, if we could just quickly get a look at this. As you look inside it, there's an actual pizza in there. So that was clever. That was a good idea. Let's get a good look at this at night time, Mr. MICRØ. Dead into the middle of the night. Could you turn all the lights off? Turn on the furnace, because I can't see it. It doesn't glow. But of course, when we... there we go. Yes. Got a good sign of pizza with the tomatoes on the side. We've got the slice there, the pizza, the lighting on the top. What do we see in the background? More pizza. But I really like this. At the very back of it, it's like the hatch for, or one of the hatches for taking out the pizza and whatnot. So, looking very good. Very nice piece of work. What I should also point out is this is not actually a continuation of a collection. If you recall, it was either earlier this year or late last year, we had that pizza box, the small pizza box. It is not a collection with that. That was made by MICRØ. That's correct, isn't it, MICRØ? That was made by MICRØ, correct?
Yes, I believe it was.
So, yep, this was made by Jimmick, someone completely different. But what I should also point out is with the appearance of this Pizzeria Furnace, that small box is actually starting to go up in price by quite a lot. It's gone up to about $6 now. You just checked very recently, didn't you, MICRØ? Is it around $6 at the moment, or a bit more?
Yes.
It's doing really well. So, yeah, we're seeing a lot of people jumping in and grabbing a whole bunch of them. Look, ooh, nice and fresh. Delivered to you in 30 minutes or less. Maybe not this showcase. We like to take our time when we talk about the skins, but, you know... Right, so, Mr. MICRØ, do you want to go give a... oh, no, do you want to take a nice quick bite out of this? Right.
I think this is great. I think this is a really well done pizza oven. I think the pizza inside is delightful.
Cherry on top, I guess you could say.
It's really funny that he managed to get that in there, and everything works together really nicely on this skin. It's even got like something we don't always see on skins is, you know, a layer of dirt and grime, but I think he did a lot to really make this look like it fits right into rust, and it's really funny and well done. So, bravo,
Yeah.
sir. Nicely done.
So if you could turn it off, please, Mr. MICRØ. We have a new door that was accepted this week. This door, made by, MICRØ. Oh, yeah, that was quite convenient, wasn't it?
It is.
So, yeah, you can talk. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I confirmed indeed that is MICRÖ's pizza box. I don't know why it slipped my mind. I mean, I almost was certain, but I just double checked and made sure it definitely indeed is. And yes, this is his wooden door over here, the wild animals door.
With help from Demon as well. So what we have here is quite a peculiar sight. You might instantly realise what it is. I wonder what's so special about this door. So we saw this on the Tuesday workshop skin checks. It came out in 2 versions, not transparent and transparent. And to our surprise, Face Punches accepted the transparent version. So, yeah, I guess this is something we potentially might be seeing more of. And there's also the alluding of animals. So this is supposed to be like a themed door for keeping animals indoors or outdoors. There has been some rumblings and some rumours of a pet update fairly, well, I mean, it's been going on for about a year now, but yeah, there's been some rumours of a pet update coming out for Rust, hasn't there, Mr. MICRØ?
Well, we've seen plenty of work in the commit logs. There's been discussion of it as a pending update. They've been testing it. Nothing has been pushed to the aux or staging branches for our public testing as far as I know, but I could tell you that I believe the pet system, which is a lot of it depends on AI and pathfinding and stuff. I think that's been a part of these, like the Halloween dungeon and this upcoming like Christmas dungeon with gingerbread people. We don't know. I don't know the details of it, but I've been inferring some of that from commit logs. But I think a lot of the mechanics behind the scenes for that, like the Frankenstein that we saw for Halloween, a lot of those are, in-game AI mechanics or, NPC type creatures. And I think that all of that is a foundational part of the pet system, which ultimately is going to be a big change for us, I think, and something we don't have in the game right now are controllable NPCs that are like part of the game regularly. There's the holiday events, yes, but
personal attack chihuahua.
Hey, even if it was a dog to just lay around the base and give you comfort and something to do at nighttime, it'd be fun to have a pet, to pet your dog. If they have dogs, though, I really hope we can pet the dogs. I really hope we can.
How about you walk through there? I'll turn the lights on, and we can get a good look at this at night time. So, damn, what's the password? So we'll just get a good look at this.
I told you I wouldn't sing, but I will dance for you. How about that?
Splendid. So,
and don't forget to get a shot of the other side. There's a bit of humor, or sort of a funny joke with the text on the other side. That side of the door says wild animals. This side of the door says wild humans. I guess if you're in your base and you're looking out, all those people outside are the wild humans. Got to watch out for.
There we go. Right, so there is also an extra thing. There's also an extra thing that we want to point out. So this has kind of been updated, hasn't it? There was some problems. And
originally, this had a bit thicker of a mesh on it. It was not quite as visible in a normal circumstance like we have here. You're, I believe, on graphics quality setting 6.
I'm going to lower it to 4. So I'm going to lower my graphics to 4.
This had more obscure. It was a thicker mesh, and he updated that, and the result was that at low graphics, this became non-transparent at all. It was just black. So they made a change to increase the alpha cutoff where the transparency takes effect or is recognized. And now it sort of spread those meshes apart a little bit or made them just a little bit thinner. So now as you reduce your graphics quality, it progresses more towards the transparent side. And in fact, if you increasingly, there you go, graphics setting 2.
The power of potato, yes.
Potato power, go!
Yeah, exactly that. There's nothing there now. If you play in incredibly low settings, graphic settings, yeah, you can literally hand me a drink. So
now should point out, this is not actually, you can't shoot through it. You can't pass articles through there. You can't chuck loot through there if you raid a base or go deep, but you can see through it, and you could, spray can the door if you have TC privileges. You could, use this during a raid or, a situation during, the primitive phase of the game where you're using wood doors. You could temporarily spray this to be a clear window and then spray it back. But honestly, who plays at graphics setting 0 or 1 or 2? I mean, there's not that many people
with
that do.
toasters.
Maybe someone will just to get the advantage, but the joke's on them, really, because, who wants... I mean, it's like its own punishment. Sure, you could see through the window, but then everything else looks like a potato as well. So,
good day. Right, so now we have to sit here and consider wooden doors. How likely are you going to even want to use them? So this isn't even the first transparent wooden door. There was, and we're going very far back, the Door to Heaven. The very colourful door. Yep. That was the only other transparent marketable door. That came out a long time ago. And then, of course, we had the...
well, there's a second one. There's the porthole door. Yep. Oh. It's like a... it looks like a ship's porthole that's been installed in a nice wooden door, and it's cracked. So the porthole has visibility through just a portion of the round porthole window. It's just like a cracked, jagged piece of glass, and you can sort of see through on one side.
And there's the streamer skin, isn't there? Which
Duck's Door to Glory, or which has the transparent hole about waist high.
Yep.
And that was a streamer drop.
Yep. You can see through it and whatnot. So yeah, if you're going to use a wooden door, I think a lot of people will be wanting to keep this, available. With the helpfulness that it provides, the option to have it. I think a lot of people will be wanting to have at least one of these. It hasn't sold that much so far either. This potentially might be something where if word really does get around and whatnot, streamers use them a whole lot more as well. It's definitely something where people might think, you know what, I probably want to use that as well. I want to use this effectively as well. But of course, it's not really something you want to be your entrance exit. It's it's a bit of a liability. But, there's definitely going to be a use for it here and there. The option to have it as a use would always be welcome, and a lot of people would be open for that, wouldn't they, Mr. MICRØ?
Yeah. So, I wouldn't put this as an interior airlock door, but as an external airlock door, this is a fantastic choice. I personally will be using this, and I could see a lot of other people wanting to use it once they learn about it. People whined and whined when they didn't have the Twitch drop with the transparent window. They actually came out with the industrial door later on to kind of pacify some of the whiners. I mean, I would be whining too if I missed out on that. I mean, it's really cool to have a transparent sheet metal door, and now to have it on a wood door. I mean, this is a bit of a departure from the guidelines. I mean, it's unusual for people to even attempt this because the rarity of it being accepted, but maybe because it's been so long since we've seen a wooden door with transparency, and quite frankly, the ones that have it are a bit out of reach for most people just on account of their price. The Door to Heaven.
That Door to Heaven, I can't remember now. It's definitely gone down in price a bit. But, as we get closer to post-Christmas time, that's going to be going back up again. It isn't cheap.
It's about $25 right now on the Steam community market.
But this right here, 10 times less. And you see more. You do see more. So, yeah.
The porthole door is about 21.
Yeah, so you got an available cheap option. It hasn't sold that much so far. After 2 days, it's only sold like 6,000. So, yeah, this over time could be something to keep an eye out for. And with loads of people expected to return during the Christmas time off and whatnot, they might see this and they might think, oh, I might need that. I might want that. A lot of people might be eager for it when they all return to play Rust. So, Mr. MICRØ, shall we move on to weapons now? Would you like to open the garage door, get yourself nice and set up, and I can get myself set up over here? For I hold within my hands the Blackboard LR300 made by Mr. Kua. So, 2 weeks in a row, we have a LR300 skin. Reload. I still don't know what his formula is trying to tell me. What are you planning, Mr. Kua? What What does DNA and teddy bear and pumpkin equal to? What do the numbers mean, Mason? I don't know. But yes, cool looking chalkboard style, blackboard, sorry, I got the wrong there. Mr. MICRØ, strike a pose, let's get a good look at you. How about we get you on the nice dusk tones with the pink in the background, candy floss skies. Let's get a good look at that. It's the teddy bear. Now, what is that teddy bear up to? What is he plotting? Gentlemen, what do you reckon here, huh? So last week... Go on.
Honestly, this is a perfect skin for Earn, who is one of the... I hope I have this right. I think she admins for Rustified server? No, Rusty Moose servers, I think. Jeez, I hope I have that right. But anyway, she's also works for Face Punch as like their community outreach kind of social media announcement person. Like she does a lot of the write-ups that you see on the dev blogs or the monthly announcements. She's always interacting on Twitter, and she's like a known figure. The other day, someone was mouthing off to her or causing a ruckus on one of the servers she admins for, and she posted a funny meme on Twitter that she had that person as a mock punishment write out a phrase, saying, "I will not such and such," as a punishment. They had to write it 100 times and send her the picture. And so this Blackboard, which is traditionally where that punishment comes from, right? I will not mouth off to Hedge about the World Cup results. Might have to write that 100 times on the Blackboard.
Let's just bring that up, shall we?
Perfect for her.
Thank you, MICRØ. Much appreciated. I think that was just a way to elaborately take a dig at me. Thank you very much, Mr. MICRØ. Very appreciated. Oh dear. Right, so I don't want to say a bad word whilst we're showcasing these skins. So what we have here,
I'll make your punishment be right on the wall 100 times. Don't curse in the stream.
So this is a cool looking skin, and I think we're potentially going to be seeing some more from Mr. Kua soon. Perhaps, well, it wouldn't surprise me, maybe an AK or an MP5, a Thompson, a Python, who knows. So good job here, Mr. Kua. Congratulations on your acceptance. Let's see what potentially will be coming from you in a Rust or submission date near you. I was trying to make a joke there. I completely botched it. Mr. MICRØ, any final words? Let's get a good look at this at night time.
The only words I could say are, I was surprised to see a skin. One of the rules we have in the workshop is to, it's preferable, I should say, to have, it's not a rule, hard and fast, but it's, I think the idea is that it's preferable to have custom normals done for skins. It's one of the maps that you upload when you submit an item. The default skin has a normal map. It's just an extra level of little detail on the surface of the gun. And if you have any deviations or departures from the stock geometry of the weapon, that information is contained within the normal map. And to me, this looks like a very flat skin. But if you think about it, that makes sense, right? It's a blackboard. One of those chalk slates are like perfectly flat. So maybe that's intentional. I don't know. But if it is, that's sort of like a 200 IQ sort of pun there. But at the same time, like, he gets away with it on account of it being a blackboard. So bravo.
Do you want to put it on your back?
I could do that.
Thanks.
Was that you or me? No, that was me. What am I doing?
I question it every single stream.
Where do you find blackboards? Let's not go there. Let's not.
Victorian schools. I remember we had to go visit a mock Victorian school when I was younger, and they made us draw on slate. They just whip out all of these like random slabs of stone, and they just give us a bunch of chalk. We had to scribble all over it, and they were like, "Right, you misbehaved," and they made them stand in front of the class, and they pretended to hit them with a big ruler because you were allowed to do that when back in Victorian times. That was a very fun trip. So yeah, that is your Blackboard LR300, Mr. MICRØ. Shall we move on to
lean down? That camera rotation makes it hard to orient myself, but I was going to lean down just a little bit to try to give you a more parallel view. But I think we can move
Whoa.
on to the next item.
It's all good, but right. So we were quite successful in seeing a batch of skins that we already showed off last week. What do I have in my hands? I have the Recycler Thompson. So, Recycler Thompson, we had a quick look at it last week, made by Mr. Kelmo Legend. Let's get a good look at this over here in the nice sunny skies. Yellow tip, should be helpful in most environments. Nice to see a new Thompson skin being accepted. Thompson skins tend to be very, very reliable. In fact, if I were to go back to this, we have problems with the likes of the LR300 because it doesn't look like people have really budged in terms of wanting to actually use LR300. That's a whole problem in itself. Whereas Thompsons have always stayed reliable, in demand, and wanting to be used. Yeah. And this is half the reason why I think this skin's going to be perfectly fine in regards to the financial aspect. But in terms of the coloration and whatnot, I mean, it's a recycler. And it has been accepted quite a lot. Facepunch clearly likes what you're doing. Mr. Kelmo Legend, keep it up. And let's go back over to here. Mr. MICRØ, if you could strike a pose. Actually, first of all, nighttime. Should have done that. Nighttime look. Come on. Here we go. Why is it randomly not going? There we go. There we go. So
Yeah,
nothing
I'm going to
glows.
offer a dissenting opinion there. I think this site is a little difficult to see out of. It just...
You don't like
I
it?
feel, well, at least in this weather here with the snow and all, feel like it's kind of low contrast.
You know
it makes
what?
it difficult for me to see.
I could respect that. A light, bright colour compared to the white can be a bit... Yeah, I could respect that. I can see it, yeah. Alright, so... I don't know. Wear sunglasses or something. I don't know. Right then, Mr. MICRØ. Let's get a good look at you. So we did show this off last week. And yes. Good stuff, Mr. Kelmo Legend. I wonder what's next. Are we going to eventually, potentially, see the likes of some clothing and armour? Are you going to do the inevitable AK47? Could we potentially see an LR300 from you as well? An MP5? Python, revolver, you'd have to tell us. He's not here, I'm just saying it and just regardless. So yeah, we got a good look at this before, and of course at night time, let's get a good Aurora Borealis. So yeah, yellows stand out quite nicely. Now let's get a good look at you at the back. Yep, orient myself. Ooh. Oh, no, he's gone. There he is. Oh, Mr. MICRØ, hello. Oh, pause. And then twirl it around. Whoop. Okay, now my mouse is all the opposite way, so let's get a good look at that. Splendid. Whoop. And if you could hold it again in the darkness, because I didn't really get to see a good quick view of it. Mr. MICRØ?
I'm working on it, yep.
Give it a quick turn around. Oh, if you could turn around and move back to your left and, could you go to the origin point? There we are. Splendid. Right, yep, that's looking very nice. So yeah, Mr. Kelmo Legend, you've been quite successful ever since your first skin being accepted back in Halloween. You've been on quite a streak. So good job there, buddy. Nice to see new skin creators getting their first skins accepted and getting a whole batch accepted in their first year and whatnot. So let's see what happens from here on now. Mr. MICRØ, shall we move on to the next one?
Sure thing.
Okay. Let's move on to the Predatory AK. Right, so I saw this about 2 weeks ago and was expecting the arrival of it. Predatory has been very successful fairly recently. We've been seeing a lot of these being accepted. Mr. Verona, congratulations to you. You got your you got the 4th AK being accepted in the past 4 weeks. We keep seeing AK skins. It's awkward. So yeah, but you know, it's nothing wrong with your skin. It's just a matter of we've been seeing far too many AKs recently, and we do have this problem of we're kind of oversaturated with them, and well, people do seem to be a bit what's the word we said before? Tired of them? No. Well, you know, it's a matter of when so many come out in such a short amount of time, you do tend to see a drop of people wanting to buy it and whatnot. So unfortunately, this just seems to be suffering at the moment in terms of, well, it's the least bought skin so far this week, and it very likely won't be reaching 10,000 sales altogether. So Mr. MICRØ, oh, where's he gone?
I just went to take a peek away from the lights. I wanted to look at the site in the dark, but
yeah, it reflects light quite nicely. If I just quickly...
I kind of like this site.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how many people actually use iron sights on the AK, but it's, you know, I hope I didn't insult Kelmo by, just describing that Thompson sight as being low contrast. I think it might just be the snowy environment. Somehow the AK stands out a little bit more, maybe because the base texture is more of a dark color.
Red, orange, yellow. It kind of like blends into it. Yeah, I think that gives it... It's also a darker yellow. I would give it that. And Kelmo...
Yeah, it is
Kelmo
a little bit darker.
Is a bit restricted. Like, well, I mean, I guess you could also say that Mr. Vrona's restricted because he has to stick with the colours that he's made, and he's into his third or fourth skin, and Kelmo has to stick with yellow or green as the aim sight, so it's going to be one or the other. And he probably thought yellow would be a whole lot more helpful compared to green. So, I know, we'd have to ask him. So, Mr. MICRØ, how about you turn to your left, and let's get a good look at that skin. Oh, yes. So, do I hear a reindeer? Is it?
There was a reindeer that just drove by.
Well, he's turned up to the wrong pole. Shoot him, MICRØ, shoot him!
He saw we had the guns out, he went running.
Good. Right, so what angry animal is this? I still stick with the point that I think it's a very scrunched up face with a tiny mouth going, yeah. So yeah, I believe it's a lion or a tiger. No, it's a bear or a lion, one of them. And then we'll
or like a wolf maybe.
Yep. And yeah, let's just quickly go over to here, get a good look at it on your side. Whoa. So yep. Same pattern for all of the items that we see it being put on. The R96. Oh, what was the other one now? I can't remember. Was it an MP5?
I think it was an MP5.
Yes, it was the MP5. I wonder what's going to appear next. But of course, we're not going to be seeing any soon because we have 2 weeks of Christmas Rust skins. Mr. MICRØ, if you could put that on your back. Get a good look at that. Yep. Very nice. Congratulations to you, Mr. Vrona. Keep up the good work. Let's see some more Predatory from you in the future. Right then.
You can get some detail. You can see that he did some detail work on the black texture, just like we saw with the blackout.
Yep.
I guess we showed it with the pistol the other day. Just the way it's like, it's not just flat black, right? It's got some little nuance to it. You know, I think it deserves a good look at the foregrip there and just the overall paint that he's got on there. It's not just plain black. You know, it could be easy to mistake that and look at it and say, oh, it's just black with a design on it. I mean,
we did have
a
a
little
discussion.
more to it.
We did have a discussion like this literally last week. But
Yeah,
you do bring up that point because the regular AK doesn't have all that strapping and that extra leather coloration and whatnot. So thank you for pointing that out, Mr. MICRØ. Mr. Vrona did add an extra bit more, and that we do have to appreciate that. So, Mr. MICRØ, I think we're done with all of the weapons. Do you want to remove that beard and replace it with something else? What might that be? How are you going to keep your face warm if you don't have a beard anymore?
I think you're probably talking about this guy.
Oh, now he's dripping. Look, he's getting water all over the place. MICRØ, why'd you have a river on your beard? Anyway, so... what do we have right in front of us, people? It's the Pixel Bandana. So we did show this off last week, and, well, surprise, surprise, this was accepted, but not the boots. That was a bit strange. But anyway, it's nice to see. I still really like how this whole crease over here is used for the river. Just kind of flows downward from there, and I like that. So, yeah, it's like a Minecraft gimmick. So it's not really texture. Well, I mean, it is a texture. You get what I mean. It's more of a gimmick theme. What do you call it? Voxels?
Voxels, I guess. Yeah.
That's it, yep. So, you know how we have JPEG, and, well, we might see that in a bit. And, of course, we also had low poly. This has a specific theme, gimmick focus. So, yeah. But what he did with the river here, you did a very good job there, Diva Dan. And, well, Diva Dan, with this being accepted, potentially we'll be seeing some more armor pieces from you soon, maybe, possibly. So yeah, bandana skins tend to be fairly reliable, especially ones that are part of collections. And if we do potentially see some more armor pieces coming from Diva Dan in the near future, maybe in 2023, then yeah, I would expect this bandana to only increase up in price and value. So yeah, so we've seen the likes of Dragon Rage that came out this year, that's up in price. Last year we saw Rainbow Pony, that went up in price. Yep. Corrupted, yep, that was another old one. That sold like 40,000, still slightly above its restore price. Held up nicely, part of the collection, so people did want it and whatnot. So yeah, bandana skins tend to be very reliable. We don't see many of them throughout the year, 2 or 3 at best per year. This is our third one. Very nice, Mr. Diva Dan. And yep, now you're a real miner, aren't you, Mr. MICRØ?
That's true.
Perfect. So let's just get a quick look at that during the day. We did, of course, show this off last week as well, so... yeah, come on, daytime, show yourselves. There we are. You can see it all reflecting the light there and whatnot. Got to mine those diamonds. Yes, MICRØ, if you could just stand still, I'm just going to go get my pickaxe. I might find a diamond in your beard. Right. So, Mr. MICRØ, shall we transition and showcase a nice pair of hoodie and pants? Hang on a minute. I'll go from the bottom to the top. Because this has been quite the talking point, hasn't it? Ever since we saw... Wait, hang on a minute. Is that what I think it is? The booties? Ribbit. Right, so... Great choice of boots right there, Mr. MICRØ. You've turned into a frog. Mr. MICRØ is... Oh, go on.
The frog boots are just my own addition to the meme here. This is the froggy... What is it called? The frog cosplay hoodie and pants.
Made by Mr. Emilio Frito. Yep.
And I couldn't resist pairing it with my frog boots, which... if you're an old school player, if you played before like the full release of the game, they rewarded you for your early participation with the set of frog boots, which are now legendary items within the game. And well, what better footwear to use with your frog cosplay hoodie and pants but the frog boots? So I couldn't resist.
Nice pockets, nice colours, very happy frog. But there is a bit of a problem. So I did foolishly make a statement where I looked at this and thought, oh wow, we potentially might have budget Forest Raiders on our hands here. Oh dear, shouldn't have said that. Look how bright it is. Look how bright it is. This potentially might be a problem in terms of if you're thinking, oh great, I've got green clothing. I could wear this in the grassy areas. And don't forget, we have seen many attempts for people to try and get some green clothing green clothing or armour being accepted this year. Whether it was Duck's camouflage set, we also saw multi-R hat with his ghillie clothing suit. Because there's a week where we had 3 people making the same thing. Mishka, sorry. Oh, dead, sorry. Got a frog in my throat.
Froggy in your throat.
Yes.
You know, I just realized this just now, but look at the color of this hoodie and pants with the little yellow fringe around the collar and the sunglasses. Hedge, it looks just like your logo. I just realized just now, this is like the embodiment of the Hedge logo right here.
What should I be looking at specifically?
Oh, the colors. It just all the colors match your logo of your channel. And then you slap the sunglasses on there, it's perfect.
Ah, don't give me ideas. We could pay someone to steal it. Right, so...
I wish you could put the hood up. Maybe someday we can get Face Punch to allow us to put our hoods up.
That would be really cool, because then you'd actually look like you're wearing a onesie. And I know you want to play poker dressed up as a frog. The perfect poker face. So, yes... I made a bit of a mistake. I sat here and said, right, this kind of looks like potentially to be budget Forest Raiders. I made quite a big fuss. But very quickly, you went and showed me some screenshots showcasing this in a grassy area. That is too bright. And we will show something off in a minute to really showcase this. We're going to go to a grassy area. Loads of trees, shrubbery. Gentlemen, you're going to see how bright it stands out. Even with a little bit of light during the day, and it's just starting with the sunrise, you can still see him. So we'll get a good look at that. But we also have something else that we want to show off because, there's been a lot of people attempting to get, or a lot of creators trying to get to be the one who has the next green collection. Face Punch have turned them down many times. We had that Knight one, Princely Knight or something. Do you remember with the weird face? We had the likes of Mishka's Camouflage set, based on his camouflage rug nets. So he tried to make some armor with it and whatnot. Last week, we showed you the Elite Crate. And lo and behold, it was accepted. Wow. So in the same week, 2 green clothing and armor skins being accepted. So on the horizon, we now have to look forward to potentially more frog cosplay clothing and armor. Well, armor. But with this, we've now potentially on the horizon got Elite Crate, Tier 2 and hoodie and pants potentially on the horizon. And the use of the orange for the straps doesn't really stand out that much. That's one thing I do want to point out. It still is mostly green, and this actually does look like it potentially could be the budget Forest Raiders. I hate to say that, but it's go look at the price of Forest Raiders now. Look how ridiculous it's getting, and that came out last year, and it's only going up more and more and more in price. And we have really been confused where there's been many fairly decent attempts for people submitting those interesting green clothing and armor skins, but they just were never accepted, and we could just never figure it out.
We didn't mention Emerald. That was another one we showed off a few times. They had clothes and Tier 3.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah, we've seen plenty. We've seen probably almost 10 sets that were fairly acceptable. But you, Mr. Odyssey, you've made a very decent looking... You've done a very good job here. Ever since you randomly got your AK accepted, it's just, you just thought, why not? You jumped straight in, you made a decent looking MP5, a cool looking... what else did he make? It's the MP5. He made something else, didn't he? And then he made the armour. And well, this is a good piece of work. We like it a lot. And... how good does this look in the grassy areas? Mr. MICRØ, should we go take a little field trip?
Sure. You know what? If you want, I'll scoot over to a little spot I have set up, and then I'll just
how did he fly?
How about that?
How did that happen? Chat, where did he go?
Special privileges here.
Oh, okay then. So, we're going to go take a little field trip over to the grassy areas because we want to really get a good look. Oh my god, it's the grass. Where's the snow? This isn't Christmassy. Oh, okay, Christmas tree. Okay, all's good in the world. Hello, Mr. MICRØ. How are you doing? So, would you like to wear the hoodie and pants to start things off with? I think that would be probably great because we did start off with the hoodie and pants. So, people, we're going to do a nice showcase showing how much this hoodie and pants stands out in the grassy area. So let's just quickly get a good look of everything. We've got a nice grassy green area. We've got some trees. We've got some bushes. Let's start with the bushes. So, Mr. MICRØ, stand like you would if you were trying to sneak up on me, huh? Is that noticeable to you, chat? How about we make it dawn? Right, Mr. MICRØ, you can move a little bit if you want. Do you spot him? Do you see him? Do you see that? That stands out quite a lot, doesn't it? Reflects light, and it is noticeable. Now, if I just make it ever so slightly lighter, I can see him. Mr. MICRØ, would you like to potentially go a little bit further back? So we'll see him during the day. Yep. Still fairly noticeable, isn't he? Yeah. Now, as he stops, so if you pause, yeah, can you see him? Is that hard to notice? If I slowly turn around, it's not too hard to notice, is it? How about if I make it darker? Slightly darker, come on. Right, I can't see him there. But yeah, with a little bit of light. Right there, with a little bit of light, he's right there. I can see you moving, MICRØ. I know you're up to schemes. But yeah, I make it dark. I can't see him. Ever so slightly light. Oh, actually, this. Oh, I can just about see you. So yeah, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? This isn't the Forest Raiders that we were hoping for. And that's a very clear visual that, yeah, that stands out far too much. Come back, Mr. MICRØ. We'll start you off all over again. This time he can wear the Elite Crate. Now, do you want to wear a red hoodie with this? You could at least wear like a green hoodie, can't you?
There is a green hoodie that's just a recolor of the stock hoodie. It's like a face punch item.
It's cheap.
I'll throw it on and
Yeah.
we'll.
I just had a bit of a brainstorm there. That probably would be a nice, cheap, affordable thing that people could grab and put on.
Yeah, this thing is dirt cheap. I mean, it's like the price of cloth. I mean, it's what it trades at. So there's nothing stopping you from slapping one of these skins on. And you know what? That does match.
It does match up very nicely. Ooh. Ooh, chat. Let's get a good look at. Let's get a good look at Mr. MICRØ.
You're gonna see a run on the green hoodie. Do you remember when the blackout set came out, but the boots hadn't dropped yet? The black boots went up to like a couple dollars.
They're still fairly pricey as well. They're like 50 cents still.
Priced, yeah, yep. They are higher than like the nominal, like face punch recolored items. So.
Damn.
Interesting. Maybe this has a shot at jumping up a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, Odyssey, you just need to make like green pants and you're set. Yeah, that literally matches up perfectly. I'm so surprised I only just thought of that now. Do you want to go take a little ponder down there, Mr. MICRØ?
Sure.
How about I look down and I'll start looking at the bushes. So you tell me when to start looking at the bushes.
Okay, why don't you have a look?
I can't see you. Oh, yeah, I can vaguely see you now. I can see your face. Yeah, I can see him a little bit. Yep. So that's doing a much better job. The orange straps do kind of give you off a little bit, but your face does as well.
There's enough orange flowers in the terrain that you'd have to like take a second look. Like I'm surrounded by little orange flowers here. I don't know if you can see those,
that's definitely helping you out there. That's 100% helping you out. How about you go a little bit further back? You know, where you were for the second time.
Why don't I put on my pixel bandana too instead of the beard?
Yeah, that you know, you got a good idea here. You got a bit of a budget camouflage set. Okay, right. You blend in so much better compared to what we just saw with the hoodie and the pants just a minute ago. Can
you do it? Just make sure the time isn't fooling anybody with the position of the sun.
Sorry about that. I mean, so if I make it darker, yeah, I can see you move, but if you stood still, you just blend in perfectly. Now, if we make it a little bit more lighter, yeah, you're perfect. Mr. MICRØ, you're perfect. Don't change. But yeah, guys.
My mom always told me that. You know that?
Oh. Yeah, no, but buddy, you've got it. This is it. So, yeah, chat. Are you happy with what you see here? Do you prefer that? I think Froggy probably isn't going to be so in demand anymore. But it's still going to be liked. Let's not forget, people are going to want to dress up as a frog and just be ribbiting everywhere, here and there and whatnot.
There are people who have a taste for high visibility items, you know? And
oh, yeah, you're mixing it with police. Yeah,
wouldn't you know, the copper kilt seemed to have jumped up in price a bit when this Froggy set came out. I'm calling it Froggy. It's correctly the Frog cosplay set, but we'll call it Froggy just for, you know, the meme of it. But yeah, there seemed to be a bit of a jump in the kilt, I noticed. I don't know about the other pieces, but interesting correlation there.
Do you want to quickly have a quick run with Elite Crate with the Forest Raiders hoodie and pants? Just give a quick run, nice quick combo. Oh, he's got the full Forest Raiders there, Mr. Rich Man. Go on then, go have a quick run in the bush. So, yeah, you're instantly gone, yeah.
I'll tell you what, this matches the HDRP grass textures. Like when they dropped this update, the visual update of about, I guess it's been like, what, 2 years now or something. It's been a while. This Forest Raider set like matches the grass just so perfectly. I mean, it's unbelievable. No wonder it's got going for the price that it does. Yeah, the Elite Crate
pairs very nicely with it. Yeah,
it works. It doesn't match perfectly, but I'll tell you what. I mean, it fits. You know, it definitely pairs well, and I think it acts as a even it potentially even, I mean, not quite as good as Straight Forest Raiders because that has the benefit of full uniformity,
Yeah.
but maybe having a bit of a interruption to that, like having it be slightly different colored gives you a bit of advantage because if you look out at the grass out here,
Not everything's
there
the
are
same
patches that are
shade.
light and dark. Yeah, exactly. So maybe that could potentially work in your favor if you had this particular pairing going on.
And you'd save a lot of money, you know? Well, let's see. Yeah, with that, just the pants, the forest red. Yeah, you're probably set then, aren't you? Well, MICRØ, I think we did prove a point here. Elite Crate is definitely something to keep an eye out for, and that green hoodie might be wanting to be used a whole lot more as well. So, Mr. MICRØ, I think we've done with this. Should we hop back over and show some skin continuations of the week? So, if you use your Christmas magic to fly back over there, wow! Oh my gosh. So, yeah. As I was saying, let's not rule out. A lot of people would like to dress up as a frog. A lot of people would like to just wear something nice and goofy. It's something where we're just going to have to kind of see how things are playing out in terms of sales towards the end of, until Wednesday or Thursday. And if you really want to buy some, consider it. But what you also have to take into consideration is for the next 2 weeks, we are going to have Christmas skins only. Much like we've had for the previous years, Mr. MICRØ. We're not going to show those off just right now, but we are going to show off some skins that did appear this week, even though technically they weren't supposed to be submitted, were they?
Yeah, there's no rule against submitting, so they'll just get wrapped. TGG's got his eyes peeled for those, and he's just going to include them in the list that comes after the Christmas stuff. So he's already aware of those, and he's really on top of things, and I'm sure they'll be included in his upcoming list that follows the 2 Christmas lists that we're going to see.
Right then,
2 weeks of Christmas.
Shall we start things off with a delicious, wonderful smelling surprise? What is it I smell over here, Mr. MICRØ? Rev up those fryers, get the chicken ready. We've got secret recipe large box. So, Mr. MICRØ, if you could turn the lights off, and I want to show this off real quickly. This glows in the dark. Gentlemen, this glows in the dark. Ooh. We've got the logo right here, glowing in the dark. We've got the meters, we've got that. Not super noticeable, but hey, that's perfectly reasonable. It's all within its own identity, its own theme. Mr. MICRØ, you can turn the lights back on if you wish.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm surprised that like the burners aren't slightly glowing. Not like bright red or anything, but maybe just a little. But
I get what you mean.
I kind of like that it doesn't have a very highly pronounced glow. Like that it's just kind of, it's hard to call it subtle, but it's not just covering the whole entire box. I actually appreciate that. It's enough for you to catch a bearing at nighttime and see your way around, but it's not so much that if you had a shelf with 4 of these on it, that it would be giving away, your silhouette too much inside your base. I like the balance of glow and stealth that it provides.
Too lit for rust. They wanted the grill to be on fire. Oh, chat, you can't play with fire. You don't want to touch it.
Can we tell what fuel source this runs on? Is this electric? Is this gas?
I'm not actually seeing
smoke. 3000.
Yeah, I'm not actually seeing where the power source is. It's powered by love. And I can see into MICRØ. Don't want to see that. So yeah, this is a continuation of the secret recipe collection. We've seen the bucket helmet, we've seen the satchel charge, and we did see something else. We saw it wasn't accepted bone clubs, which are in the shape of chicken drumsticks. Those weren't accepted, but here we have Mr. Algorithm's next skin for his definitely not KFC collection.
I could see this getting accepted. And you know what else would be perfect is like some kind of a melee tool that was like a grill brush. Wouldn't that be good?
That would be good.
This thing looks like it needs a good cleaning, but whether it's a spatula or whatever, a burger turner implement or
he could
something like that.
He could offer this as a Christmas skin. You might not realise this. So, fun fact of the day. to eat KFC on Christmas is actually a Japanese tradition. They pre-order it. They pre-order KFC like a month or two before Christmas Day, because they don't really take Christmas too seriously, but they like the commercialization of it and whatnot, and they find it fun. Somehow in the 70s, apparently KFC managed to have a great marketing campaign where it just became a tradition for a lot of Japanese households to eat KFC on Christmas Day. So maybe, Mr. Algorithm, you could try and get this and say Happy Japanese Christmas or something. I don't know. But I'm not joking. That's a real thing. They have to pre-order it like a month before the actual day, and they turn up to the KFC. They get it all sealed and wrapped up, and then they just take it home and eat the KFC on Christmas Day. I'm not joking. This is a real thing. So, yeah. What do you eat for Christmas?
My family has a tradition. We sit down with, believe it or not, some Tokyo bananas. No, I'm kidding. But that is a real thing. It's a confectionery thing that it's almost like a Twinkie, if you know what that is. But it's
I don't know
got,
what a Twinkie
banana.
really.
Well, we could go into a whole conversation about it, but I think we should stay on topic here. It's very cute. I don't know if I could consider this to somehow be converted into a Christmas skin, but I think it definitely fits with the theme of the bucket helmet. And
I was only half joking there. I mean, you could potentially get away with it, but I'm not joking. It is a Japanese thing, and if you... They're smart people, right? KFC and Christmas? This doesn't sound like a bad idea. Right, well, yeah, let's move on to... Oh, go on.
Mandarin orange on the Christmas.
Yeah,
the list of Christmas
what's that about?
Well, that's apparently also traditional for some families to have mandarin oranges present during Christmas. I don't know what it's associated with. I don't even want to guess, but maybe it's like an Asian tradition of some sort. Chinese.
Probably. Should Face Punch consider incorporating traditions of other Christmases and whatnot? Maybe. I mean, there's probably some very wacky things out there. You could do the original Santa Claus where he had blue. He's only red because of Coca-Cola. We've turned into a bloody fact day, haven't we? But yeah. Yeah. Coca-Cola, the Christmas trucks. He's been red before, but he was apparently originally wearing blue and whatnot. But, things change. Shall we move on to another...
We'll save the Christmas stuff for a little later. I think are we still doing the...
Yeah, we're still doing non-skins. We're still doing non-Christmas skins. But as I said, as we segue over to the next thing, something else that's had a change recently is the Constellations sheet metal door. We have a version 2 made by Mr. Cavency. So, as we know, we've seen quite a few Constellation skins being introduced this year. If I make it night time, yeah, stands out quite nicely. So... Cheese Taco says we have sauerkraut and sausage on Christmas Eve and roast goose on the 25th with family. Ooh. Would you like to have a Constellations sheet metal door with that as well? I mean, it might show your horoscope. So, Mr. Quincy did change up the Constellations. We had a talk about that last week, didn't we? With the double door. It was a double door, wasn't it? Yeah, double armoured door. We're like, did he actually change anything? Yes, he has. He has changed the Constellations. As I move over to this side as well. Is that different?
Nope, it's a sheet metal door.
Sheet metal door, I forgot about that. I should have remembered.
Can we just have a moment to observe how coordinated we are with when you had the night view up there, you could see the moon in the back. It's just like it was so perfect. It
just flowed. Makes
the whole night sky, so brilliant.
Good job so far this year, Mr. Cavency. You've been on a bit of a drought recently, though. Haven't had a skin accepted for about 2 months. Maybe we could potentially see this after Christmas. So we have the 15th, the 22nd of December being Christmas rotations, but that would mean we would have the 29th of December being the New Year rotation week, and we'll potentially see some of these regular non-Christmas themed continuations potentially appearing. So, Mr. MICRØ, let's hop out of here and let's start showing off some weapons. So, I have in my hands a Noir SAP semi-automatic pistol, yes. So, We saw quite a decent amount of a noir. Bang, 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 bang. Saw quite a lot of noir. I lost my trace of thought there. We've seen quite a lot of noir skins appearing earlier this year. Some weapons and whatnot. We did see some clothing as well, if you remember. It had like the weird scarf draped over it, the hoodie, if you recall, Mr. MICRØ.
Oh, I remember. I thought that was actually pretty cool.
I wanted that to be accepted, but yeah, it didn't happen. Did we also have a hat? I think it came with a hat.
There was a boonie hat and then a clothing articles top and bottom. I don't remember if it was burlap or if it was full-blown hoodie pants, but I thought it was pretty well done. It was a little on the simple side, but it was cool, and it just had that, film noir kind of old school, like maybe like a detective or a spy or something like that.
It definitely had a nice style to it, and it's nice to see that Mr. I can't remember his name now, because it's been a while, Mr. Sodsender. You've made a return with your very nice noir style, black and white. Very stylish, very straight to the point, very cool. Yep. So, last SAP skin we saw being accepted was the prototype, wasn't it? Prototype SAP. We had the prototype 17 come out. Anubis Dunk made his prototype 16. That appeared. And now, potentially, we could see this maybe being accepted. So, yep. How about you put that on your hip, Mr. MICRØ? Ooh, give us a little turn, Mr. MICRØ. Very nice. Your hand's in the way.
let me put my hand. Let me lean back a little bit. Yeah. I'll get my hand out of the way.
Ooh, yep. Nice piece of work there, Mr. Sodsender. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Chat, do you like what you see? Oh yeah, the Bang SAP. No, wait. Was that accepted? I remember showing it off. We had the Bangasar. Oh, my brain's melted, Mr. MICRØ. I can't remember. But
the SAP was accepted the middle of November. So
yes, yeah. I can't believe I forgot that. My apologies. I have to juggle all of these SAPs. You got to understand, it's not the only SAP. Because I've got a very, very, very old collection in my hands. You might not remember this, but 3 years ago, Mr. Oh, here we go. I've got to try and pronounce this. I will say PYH because it's either P or P or P or Pi. One of that. I don't know how to. I don't know how to pronounce his name. PYH. He made a Cobalt SAR that came out. Right. So he made a Cobalt SAR. It was accepted, but that's 3 years ago. He tried to make something new. I think he tried to make an LR300 or an AK. Wasn't accepted. He just didn't make anything more for that collection. Now in 2022, towards the very end of 2022, he thought, you know what? Why don't I go back to it? Why don't I make a SAP skin? So, a cool in-universe theme for the Cobalt company. And Mr. MICRØ, let's get a good look at you. Ooh. Ow! What was that for?
Yeah, you had your elite head mask on, so it's no big deal. Face mask. You're good.
Anyway, let's just get a good look at that. So we got nice white, red, blue. Got the X's on the top. Not sure what that's indicating. Got a nice red aim sight, so that's a little bit helpful. All good, all good. Nice piece of work. Nice to see some people returning to some skin collections from quite a long time ago.
I actually like that. I think that's cool to have something that's like revived, or turned into a collection. We have a lot of really old skins that are in the workshop, and without going into too much detail, a number of those were submitted by a workshopper who's no longer active and will remain inactive for the foreseeable future. So there's no hope of some of those getting continued, but for those of which are older sets that are still by workshoppers who are active currently, I would love to see more of these kind of old things get brought back, because that could really transform some of the items that are out there on the Rust or the Steam market, and just generate new love for some older, lesser used stuff. I think it's a cool reference to the older stuff, so I'm hopeful for this one. just on account of that, you know, reviving a very old set or turning it something a very old skin into a set.
It makes them nostalgic.
It does. It really does. That's genuinely a big part of it.
All right then, Mr. MICRØ, that is the actual guns. But now, in my hands, what do I have? It is the return of the banger collection. So good job bringing up the banger SAP, Mr. Aquatic, because now I've got the banger crossbow in my hands. And if you're wondering, with the little drawn bullet being pew, it's actually just an explosion this time. It's a little boom. So we've got some continuity. This clearly doesn't shoot bullets. It shoots arrows. And instead of a bullet at the end, it's got a boom. So we'll just shoot. And I've probably killed a cloud. And I'll reload that. So, yep. Banger collection. Good job so far, Mr. Michael. Continuing the collection. Fun, wacky design. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted in about 2 or 3 weeks' time, or maybe in 2023. And Mr. MICRØ, how are you doing? You know what? Candy floss skies, pink in the back, purpley sort of sky. Good.
Matches the bow.
Yes,
you got
it
a nice
does.
color theme going on there.
Got all of this pinky reddish flames. You got the bang right there. Got. Don't know what this. Oh, it's a skull. You've completely broken the skull, MICRØ. You put that thing there.
Yeah. You know, I gotta say, this is a cool style. You know, it's. I don't know if you'd want to use this for tactical reasons. You know, because it does kind of stand out a little bit, but that's a pretty cool continuation of the theme that he's done here, and extending it now to the arrow. That's clever. I think it's all right.
All right, Mr. MICRØ. Let's. Oh, sorry. Let's turn this to night time. And if you could spin around, show that on your back. Yep. So yeah, stands out very nicely. Fairly colourful. The bright blues, the reds, the purples. Good stuff, Mr. Michael. So, I think you're fairly successful so far this year, or towards the end of this year. I think we might be seeing that towards the end of this this month. The New Year's rotation, I think you've got a very good chance, but don't. Wasn't fast enough. You can't hide. You can't hide.
Trying to get under this rug here.
All right. Mr. MICRØ, I'm going to... Ooh, Aurora Bury. Oh, I've got the thing in my head. I can't get it. There you go. Right. Oh, no. Oops. All right, so we've got something special to show off, don't we, Mr. MICRØ? Oh, my God. Did you see the state of your head? So, for a long time, I've been moaning about a certain collection. I've been wanting to see a continuation of a certain something. We did see Tier 3 for it, but it was never accepted. Mr. MICRØ, are you wearing it?
No, I'm waiting for you to announce what it is so that I can retrieve it from my inventory.
Mr. MICRØ, please show us the JPEG hoodie and pants.
Aha. Yeah, I should have known. Oh, yeah, I should have seen that on the list.
Wow.
You wouldn't ever know if I'm wearing it because it's the same exact thing that I was just wearing, except JPEGified. And actually, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, okay, it's more JPEG. But then you and I were doing our showcase prep, and you were holding this gun, and I was like, you know what? That's actually pretty awesome. It looks good. It has this like weird clash with it just fools with your perception a little bit.
It does.
It's perception weird. Anything, but it's like it just looks so out of place. Can you turn it to daylight to kind of place the viewer in the Rust environment as fully as you could be, as if you were another player? And then you just see like this JPEG, you know, especially when you look at the gun, like focus on the gun in my hands and realize how detailed that is, you know, along with my fingers and my hands. And then the JPEG has this like sort of flat look to it. You know, we're calling it cell shaded kind of look. And I don't know, that contrast it's like funny. It's like,
oh, it's definitely
clever.
Funny, Mr. MICRØ. It definitely looks very funny.
It's I don't know. I when I saw it, I was like, you know what? That's cool. I can't deny it. It's a cool look, and to have it on the hoodie and pants, it really works for me. I don't know.
So,
I'm not trying to promote this or shill it or anything. I had a realization when I saw it. I was a little pessimistic at first when I saw it in the workshop, but then seeing it in person, I was like, you know what? Well done. Good
like,
job.
this is more a gimmick theme rather than a texture, because of course, like, they clearly have a specific design choice focus with this. It's literally just to showcase what the regular base hoodie and pants are, but obviously with the Borderland style, the cell shading. And the reason why I made quite a fuss about this is because there's a lot of people trying to get their own cell shaded hoodie and pants being accepted over the past few months, really, because we saw the submission of the JPEG Tier 3 back in the middle of September. It's been a long time. And I think a lot of people trying to sneak in their own version during the meantime. But they were never accepted, and only now have Mr. GPG, Mr. Trigger, only now have they decided to make JPEG clothing. So I think they probably just lifted their hands up and shrugged and thought, right, that tier 3 isn't getting accepted. Let's go and make the hoodie and the pants. And guys, I think you did a very good job here. I look forward to potentially seeing this being accepted. Like, I think there's a lot of people that would want to dress up like this. I remember not really being a fan of low poly. I just couldn't get it. But this I do. Maybe it's because I played Borderlands and I like the game, so yeah. Do you want to take that out of your head? Can you?
Yeah, you know what? Take it out of my head, please.
Oh, go on then.
It's starting to get a little uncomfortable. I think the swelling is
All
the
right,
issue.
all good. Right, Mr. MICRØ. Yeah, no, don't run. Come back. We've done all the regular workshop skins. Now we're free to talk about Christmas because we have a nice teaser for Christmas. Quite conveniently, that it's a good thing we pulled that arrow out of your head. Quite conveniently, we have some continuations of Christmas skins. So, yeah, let's get started with that. Shall we start off with a certain garage door? Yes. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. What is this? A continuation of... Was it the double door from last year? Yes, it was. So, last year, we saw the appearance of the Gingerbread double door. At the moment, selling very nicely, isn't it? As we get closer and closer to Christmas time, it's only going up and up and up in price. Also, that was the last sheet metal door for a long time, wasn't it? Sheet metal double door. Yeah, I said it properly. We were having a bit of a fuss about, this was the last one we had. But then eventually we did get some more. And yep, glows very nicely. And, well, Mr. FaZe, he has returned. And he has made this one as well. So, get a good look at this. MICRØ, does it glow at night? The top. Could we turn off the lights?
Ever so slightly, yeah. It's like sort of a faint glow.
That is the actual light.
Yes, that is
glow.
not coming from the Christmas lights. That is actually the glow present on the door itself.
So yes, that's actually just coming from the that is coming from the garage door itself. Cool. Now let's just quickly bring it back down. And yeah, that's it right there. Ever so lovely, comfy looking windowsill. Extra tasty. Oh yeah, Mr. MICRØ, you want to walk in front of it, don't you? Go on then. So in terms of crouching across it, you can still see Mr. MICRØ. You could pretend you're like peeping Tomming. Just like, yes, cut that turkey. Well, we eat turkey. We eat turkey for Christmas. So, yeah. You dancing in front of the gingerbread. Don't scare the children, you.
Little gingerbread dance.
Right, so let's get a good look at you during the day. Yes, we've had quite a lot of garage doors this year, but I don't think we've had one as tasty as this one. Ever so sweet and delicious. Very nice, with all the icing all over it. The happy gingerbread, the gumdrops. Ooh, candy canes on the sides. Ever so delicious. And again, let's just turn it off. And yep, with the lights, it reflects light fairly well. It's glowing as well. You mainly notice the glow. So back during the day, yep. I think you got a good potential chance of getting accepted, Mr. Faze. It's a very nice looking door. I see my back. How I made a mistake. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think we're going to be seeing that potentially being accepted. There's a lot of good competition. There's a lot of good competition.
There's actually a ton of
Yes.
awesome Christmas skins in the workshop right now, and like this is only week 1.
Yes.
We have a whole other week, and I'm starting to sweat a little bit about what I've seen already, and like what's on the next week's list. We don't know yet, but I know what I'm submitting. Morphus and I have a really cool skin we're looking forward to posting, but boy, I would be lying if I didn't say I'm a little nervous at how many good skins there are.
So we need to bring this up. Last year, for 2021, there was a Christmas contest. Much like what we saw just a few months ago for Halloween, there was a Halloween contest. The skin creators would submit 2 skins, and with a big fat batch of about 200, there's 199 for Halloween, wasn't there? It got decreased down to about 60, and then like 15 winners were picked, weren't there?
Yeah, there was a couple different rounds of voting amongst the judges, and
yes,
it progressively narrowed down the entrance, and they settled on however many, and they were great picks. And I think the contest format is pretty cool, where they have the rounds of elimination.
So
and, this year we were anticipating the same kind of thing. You know, the artists were murmuring to each other, like, what tag do we use? Do we tag it with like the contest name like we typically would? But we got approaching the date, and there was no announcement made. And finally we got some feedback from TGG that there would be no contest this year. I guess it's just a busy time, there's a lot going on, so they just don't have the bandwidth to support a contest. But we're going to have 2 weeks, at least the understanding I have is that there'll be 2 weeks of Christmas items, and it's split into 2 time periods of submission. So the first round, or I should say the first period of Christmas item submissions ended last night at midnight, or 11:59 p.m. PST, which is the west coast of the U.S. here. So for you, Hedge, that would have been something like, I don't know, 8 a.m. or something, approximately, something like that. But yeah, this is just going to be 2 rounds of submissions. And I think we're eligible to start posting next week's items. Although, if I had to take a guess, we would really see the most detailed ones and unique ideas saved for very close to the end of that window. Because typically, when people know they have something special, they hang on to it to avoid, inspiring others who may rush to try to outdo them with something. And, that's been a thing that we've seen in the workshop. And, well, you can never really say someone copied it. Ideas do get kind of invented in parallel ways sometimes. So we won't dive too much into the ins and outs of the workshop, but yeah, I think I'm really looking forward to seeing what the round 2 or the week 2 Christmas submissions will hold.
Hellraiser's upset he sold his doors too early.
Yes. Oh, you should hold. But let me point one other thing out here. In the same way that this wild animals door is a bit of departure from what we typically see as guidelines for workshop submissions. And again, I use the word guidelines, because it's not a hard and fast rule. This garage door breaks a bit of a style guideline we've had, which sort of states that things should look like they can roll up. If it's a garage door, it has to look like it can roll up. And, well, I don't know. I think those windows would have a problem rolling up.
We've had this conversation before. Do you remember?
Oh, we have.
July.
Yep.
July White Day. The garage door. There was the
aftermath. Aftermath door. Yeah.
Yep. That didn't look like it even. That didn't look like it was even gonna fold and whatnot. So, Face Punch is getting more and more lenient, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. So well, we can make our own observations. There hasn't been any slackening of the guidelines. Those suggestions are still in place. I think it all depends on the idea. And that aftermath door was cool. I mean, no doubt about it. It was cool. And so, does it matter if it looks like it rolls up? I don't know. And in this case, We already have a double door that it matches. It goes really well with the theme. If your base is decked out for the holidays, you probably have this door on there somewhere. So, heck, this garage door would be a perfect match for it. What can I say? I mean,
And it's not the only gingerbread thing that we have either, is it? There's a
no,
lot of gingerbread. There's a lot
I
of
hope you got an
gingerbread.
appetite. Yeah, we've got a lot of gingerbread themed stuff.
In fact, should we go take a look at a certain locker? Da, da, da.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right, so this is a continuation by Mr. Ideal, and if you can take a guess, what do you reckon this is a continuation of? Well, you can probably hear it now.
I gave it away.
It is. Do you remember last year we had that vending machine? Well, he's now decided to incorporate the style and make a locker out of it. I remember back in July as well now where we were talking about that Outer Planets locker, and I was like, I really do feel like we're potentially going to be seeing some lockers maybe in Halloween time and Christmas time, and I was correct. Not in a good way, because I was worried about whether Outer Planets locker was going to maintain its price or not. But damn, buddy, look at this. It's tasty. Well, you know, you probably could take just a taster bite. You know, it is a taster session. It's get a good look at all the things that we're seeing being introduced to the Rust Workshop at the moment. There's a lot of very interesting Christmas skins rolling out. And we're probably going to maybe see another 200, much like with Halloween. So, yep, if you recall, as I was pointing out, this came out last year, looking very nice, looking very tasty. But, you know, Christmas isn't free, it costs quite a lot, and, well, welcome to capitalism. So, candy shop. We've got nothing in stock. Christmas is cancelled. Sorry, kids, goodbye.
You know what I like about this is... you know, you're showing off. I think you're still showing off the vending machine here, but both the vending machine and the door are sort of agnostic. You know, they don't have, you know, anything that's really, you know, it's winter themed, it's holiday themed, but it's not particularly specifically Christmas, right? So it's
commercial Christmas,
something for everybody on here.
Oh, look at that! I just noticed an Easter egg. So at the very back, we got the little snowman window. And he's incorporated that. Hey, there he is. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Right.
Love to see that continuity and the continuation, the extension of the theme and applied to a new item.
Mr. Ideal, we have to see that again next year. So if you make a door, we need to see that snowman again. Have to. You gotta make sure it's there again next year. So another tasty, delicious looking Christmas skin. Mr. MICRØ, shall we move on to the next deployable?
We shall.
Well, I don't know. It's all wrapped up, Mr. MICRØ. Maybe you need to open it up.
Right, so go ahead and unwrap it. Go ahead.
I can't. I'm viewing and...
pull the ribbon. Here. Oh. Well, okay. Well, we'll just look at the outside then, I guess.
So if you recall last year, Mr. Humpty made a sleeping bag, a Christmas... I actually can't remember the specific name of it. Christmas gift sleeping bag, was it?
Christmas gift, yeah.
That's it, yep. And, well, get a good look at this. Here we are. It's the same pattern. So, literally, a green theme design with the little hazmat, the cute little teddy bear, the little raider in the top left there. Yep, he's here as well. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Hey, so... we are potentially going to be seeing a small box maybe being accepted, but this isn't the only small box. Let me warn you, there's a lot of submissions that are out there at the moment, and, well, Tuesday skin checks are going to be pretty busy, so keep an eye out for that. I will be doing a big Christmas one. It's a continuation of what we had last year. Not much else to say. It's all wrapped up as... oh, wait, it's disappeared. Did you take my gift? You're not a very good Santa.
The box is my gift to you. I thought you put the sleeping bag as a gift for me. I didn't unwrap it yet, but...
sure, whatever. Right then, so, does it glow in the dark? Oh, actually, we should have done that for the other thing. Could you turn the lights off real quickly, Mr. MICRØ? Should have done that, the check for the locker. That does glow in the dark. That locker glows in the dark. This small box does not glow in the dark. Can you put MICRØ put coal in there for him? No. No, I've been
I did
good.
actually put coal in one of these stockings over here for you. I just realized I feel better with the fire burning over here. We're talking about Christmas stuff. It's all cozy with the fire going. Let's turn that
Right,
on.
Mr. MICRØ, we've shown off all of the deployables. How about we start showing off some weapons? Yes.
All right.
All I need for Christmas is a new weapon to shoot some raiders with. And what do I have in my hands? It is the Festive Fighter LR300. So do you remember last year we had the AK made by Mr. Ted? Well, this year we've got an LR300. Nice red, white and blue. Cool looking design. Where did you come from, Rudolph? Where are they coming from? Why are they here? No! Alright, well, Christmas is cancelled. Did you do that?
What?
Ah. Go stand over there and look pretty.
Oh, let me turn the lights on. Can't look pretty in the dark.
He just wants to cause mayhem. So, do you have the LR300? I said, did you have the LR300, not the bloody reindeer? There we go. So, whip it out and show it to us, Mr. MICRØ. Yep, very cool, sleek design. We had the AK introduced last year. It looking very nice with all the snowflakes and the stars. I think it's supposed to be like a wrapper, like gift wrap, in a sense. It's not called gift wrap. But I'm looking at it and I see like the little bit of a... Oh, God, I've zoomed in too much real quick. Is this like the cut-off point or whatever? Or is that meant to be snow? You tell me. Chat,
I don't
YouTube.
think it's supposed to be a gift. I think it's just supposed to be festive holiday colors and just be sort of themed after winter and holiday feelings. I don't know how to say it.
No, Hellraiser, when I do a video... like this, I don't have my notifications on. I make sure to not have it on, so naughty children who deserve coal don't get to interrupt me, which I'm thinking you're plotting to do. He was trying to. So, yeah. During the day, and let's turn it to night time. There we go.
Got a pretty visible sight on here. The front sight post is green, although it's a bit on the darker side.
Do you want to walk into the darkness ever so slightly?
Sure. You want me to hold it on my hip or put it on my back?
Put it on your back now. Yeah, we can take a look at it on your back. Ooh. So yeah, that's looking cool. And I want to follow onto your word. I want to aim this at night. It's okay. It's okay. So is that a green tip?
Yeah, the green's a little bit less visible compared to the red, but
yeah,
the red is certainly very bright. I don't think that gives you a particular advantage, but the front sight post is really the most important for visibility, in my opinion.
All right. Oh, whoa. All right, Mr. MICRØ, shall we move on to the next skin?
We shall. Sorry.
And that is a continuation of the Evil Snowman collection made by Little Ranger. So last year, I randomly saw the AK going up in price. I was confused, and well, the L96, the Evil Snowman L96 was accepted last year, which did cause the AK to go up in price. If we potentially see this SAR being accepted, we could very likely see that L96 and that AK47 going back up in price again. Cool design, Evil Snowman. Do you know what? With all of this happy, tasty, jolly, festive, fun, Christmassy stuff, I don't think many people actually make anything like scary Christmas and whatnot. Little Ranger, you're the person who's being ever so devious, are you? So, as we get closer and take a good look at your snowman, look how devilishly evil he is. Shame the event for this year doesn't have evil snowmen. We have evil gingerbreads, don't we, Mr. MICRØ?
Mm-hmm. Well, we think so. We think that's what it's going to be.
Well, someone's already shown it off. I saw it on the Rust subreddit.
Well, they did do a preview stream the Rustified team did their regular update, and they actually did show them running around in the gingerbread costumes, and they didn't know yet if it would be definitely the dungeon type thing, although that's what they were postulating, and I agree with that. That's a likely assumption, but
Is
we
that a
just don't.
snowball?
Pardon me?
Is that a snowball? It shoots
Uh,
snow.
I don't know if that's what it's meant to be. I mean, it is. What you might be seeing there is actually. Oh no, I do see that. I don't know what that is. It's
I
just a
think
white bit inside there. We could think of it as a snowball.
I think it's pretending to be a snowball. But yeah, cool skin, by the way. Yeah, I like it. I think he did a very good job with this. Sorry to interrupt there. I just saw it as like, what am I looking at?
I think he did something along the lines of what we saw with the Cold Hunter door, where it had that like icy look to it. This does have custom normals and a pretty convincing gloss map for the icy
Yeah, I can see that.
shards or whatever you call it, the facets on the upper part of the barrel and the receiver. But yeah, I think it's overall a properly done skin, and yeah, it matches with that crazy evil snowman theme.
Aurora Borealis. Right, so that's all of the weapons. That's all of the deployables. Mr. MICRØ, I think you might want to dress up extra nice.
Sight on this does suffer a bit from the same phenomena we saw with the Thompson earlier, which is that it's a bit low contrast in a winter environment. It's, I mean, if you're good at shooting the SAR, you know what the SAR sights look like. They're pretty comfortable to shoot with. But, in the right or wrong lighting conditions, this can sort of work against you a little bit.
Yeah, that could be a little bit of a problem. So it doesn't really reflect light very nicely, which I noticed. Let's quickly scroll down and... Come on, nighttime. Yeah. Alright, no worries then. Mr. MICRØ, do you want to dress up nice and pretty? I'm going to destroy this real quickly. Christmas is cancelled.
We should have got rid of that a while ago.
I know, I could hear it the whole time.
I just wanted to annoy you with that vending machine sound.
I'm going to look down. You go get changed. Gentlemen,
okay. I'm going to slide off to the side here.
A good couple of weeks ago, I kind of made the nuance of we might potentially see some collections being continued, and of course we're showing some, but I was alluding to something I noticed before. Mr. MICRØ, make sure it's in order. If you recall, I saw Gingerbread collection, for example, continuing. Milio Frito originally made evil gingerbread. It was like scary gingerbread. It was something. It had a different name. So that naughty gingerbread. That came out in 2018. In 2019, he made the Mr. Gingerbread Furnace. In 2020, he made the Tier 2 Mr. Gingerbread set. Or just Gingerbread set, it was one of them. So he had different names, but they're technically all the same collection. When that Tier 2 appeared, the Tier 3 went up in price. But then last year, he only made a hammer. So what I'm about to show you isn't... it's not gingerbread to begin with. Mr. MICRØ, can you show off Yeti? Can we start with Yeti?
Okay.
I know.
You had me put them in order, and then I started second guessing myself because you're talking about the gingerbread.
I know, because I wanted to save that one for last. But Yeti, do you remember how Yeti just randomly came out last year and whatnot? Looked a bit strange and goofy. Well, he's not there. Are you there now, Mr. MICRØ?
Yes, sir.
Ta-da! Oh, look at this handsome beast. Look at Mr. MICRØ. Damn. Let's get a good look at you. Oh, I guess we're doing this, are we? So, how about you go stand in the snow? Let's go see how good
Is that like a punishment or something?
Well, I mean, it kind of looks like some decent-looking white camouflage, to be honest.
Actually, hey, if I lived on a lake, this would feel like I would blend right in.
What, you want to be a lake troll?
A lake inhabitant, yeah.
Yeah, if you turn around, you're all white. People aren't going to notice you super easily. That potentially could be wanted and desired. So, Last year we saw the Yeti hoodie and pants being introduced. Now we have the tier 3 being submitted. So this is made by Mr. Mishka. Let's just get a good look at this from the bottom to the top. So last year
This is a collab actually. This is oh wait, no. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
It's all good, no worries. So yeah, we got the tier 3 armor.
It's Mishka and Sponsper. Yeah.
And blends in very nicely. They did a good job of this. So if this potentially gets accepted, reactionary nature of the rust economy is still going to play through. We're going to potentially see the hoodie and the pants go up in price.
We already saw it.
There you go.
As soon as this hoodie, the chest and the face got posted to the workshop, all you eagle-eyed people out there who did what we suggested and follow all the workshop artists and check it regularly, they were poised and ready to make their buys. This Yeti stuff shot up. I have a handful of these, 3 or 4 that I bought during the summer because I was like, you know what? It might happen. And these were pretty cheap. The hoodie and pants were pretty cheap this summer. I consider them to be on sale, so to speak. So I couldn't resist, grabbed a few. Actually, there were buy orders that went through for a low price. But yeah, as soon as these appeared on the workshop, I opened up the market page and they had jumped by like 20%, and they may have gone up more since then.
Bless you for sitting there being happy about buy ordering free. I buy ordered like 150 each.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm not a big baller like you are.
No.
Maybe someday.
It wasn't necessarily instantly a great thing. I should point out, the very second it wasn't Christmas, these lost value. They didn't really have anything to go with them. Because remember, it was only the hoodie and the pants. But after Christmas, will people still want to dress up as a beast? Or as a furry, I guess?
Hey, you might need to put that wild animals door out there to contain me or to protect you from me.
Just stop. Spin around and look pretty.
Do I have a tail? I can't tell. Tell me.
No. We're not going to give you a tail. You don't deserve a tail. But you know one thing? The hoodie has a face. And then you got the face mask on. If only he could predict what he was going to do in the future. You've got eyes in the back of your head, basically.
It's for hindsight.
Yes. Right, Mr. MICRØ, I think we've shown this off very nicely. How about you show off the one thing I was alluding to a lot? The one thing, Mr. Hellraiser, you made a very good point earlier. You said, oh, damn, I shouldn't have sold my gingerbread so early. Damn it. Well, buddy, I think it potentially might be going up more than what you anticipated, because I was alluding very strongly about what Emilio Frito was up to. Over the past few years, he's been adding core pieces for a clothing and armor collection. 2018, we saw the Gingerbread Tier 3. 2020, we saw the Gingerbread Tier 2. And in 2022... what do I see with my eyes? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Wow, Mr. MICRØ, looking ever so tasty. What is this? All chocolatey and
drip on my shoulder.
Right, let's get a good look at you. Get a good little spin around.
Bow tie.
Looking very, very tasty, delicious. Ho 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 on the back. Oh, that's cute. Do you have the other pieces of the armour on hand?
I certainly do.
Ooh, so gentlemen, we potentially will be seeing a full collection being completed this year. I think this is the first time we're going to see it. A Christmas-themed collection will be completed. Well, rather, all the core pieces. You get the idea. So, yeah, it seems like Mr. Emilio Frito, every other year he does a core piece, every other year he just does something different. So next year we'll probably see maybe like a gun of sorts or something. So yeah, this is it. This potentially could cause the likes of Tier 3 and Tier 2 Gingerbread to go up in price. Now, MICRØ, there is this one thing that's always bugged me. What is going on over here with the texture on the face mask? Was that just a mistake? Have you seen this before?
I didn't notice that. Until you pointed out now, I actually didn't.
Because it shows up in the market listing as well, and I've always seen it, but I've never questioned it, and I'm not sure if it was supposed to be like a scar or something. This is just something for me. I need someone to help me figure out what's going on.
Is there like Gingerbread Man lore that we're missing out on? Did he get into like there's a piece bitten off the cheek on the wearer's left hand side,
Well,
which would be
Zergs get hungry.
right.
Zergs get hungry, you know. So, yeah.
I don't know what that is. You know, that could just be meant to represent like some wear and tear. The hoodie also has some little bites taken around from the collar area. That's pretty cute.
Oh yeah.
Thematic continuation from the face mask. So that's pretty well done, I gotta say.
That's cute. How about you give us a nice spin around, Mr. MICRØ? Yeah. Show us what you got on the back.
Well.
Little gingerbread pockets and whatnot. So, yeah, you're full of surprises, aren't you, Mr. MICRØ? You've got all of this gingerbread stuff. I hope you haven't got any... Oh, God, is that a pig? He smells you, Mr. MICRØ. He's got your scent. He's going to eat you. Quick, kill him. Get him, before he kills you.
I don't have my guns.
Well, use your gingerbread powers and delete him.
Go away. Go on, get little piggy. Go. He's just here to watch the show. He's being peaceful.
No, he's bored of us. He's gone. Right then, Mr. MICRØ. I believe that's everything that we wanted to show off. We showed off all of the current week skins. We showed off the regular skin continuations that we're probably not going to see for another 2 or 3 Rust rotations. And then we showed off all of these Christmas skins. Mr. MICRØ, I hope you are very happy with yourself with that ever so sweet smile. And, yes. So, MICRØ, you know what? Do you want to show off your thing? Do you want to show off your thing? It's your Christmas present. I will allow you to show off your Christmas skin if you want.
I don't mind showing off. Keep in mind, this is not in the theme of our normal program here. We're showing off continuations. This
Sir, you've helped,
not a continuation.
You've helped me out throughout all of this year. I want you to be able to show off your skin. How about you go stand over there, give us a nice little talk about your skin that you've made with who again?
This is a collaboration with Morphus. In fact, this is primarily his design in almost every way.
Ooh.
I contributed. We actually did work on another item with a sort of a similar theme, and I think we felt that it worked a little bit better on the Jackhammer. So we actually pivoted during the design phase and ultimately submitted the Jackhammer instead of the other item that we had in mind, which... I don't know. Maybe maybe we'll present that some other day. It won't be this year. We have something else lined up for next week. But I helped out in the case of the workshop listing with the screenshots only in this case. Morphus did all the rest. Did a splendid job. I think it's a cute little Christmas gingerbread theme with icing and candy, like the candy cane material and little sprinkles on the icing. Pretty nice job. It's even got a cute little Pookie Bear on there with the Santa hat. So I think it's
tasty. You know what?
I think it's tasty.
Get your full gingerbread out. Get your full gingerbread out. Yeah. Wait. Get the full gingerbread on and run around with that.
Right. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, spin that drill and look menacing.
Work it.
He's gonna get you.
I could see someone doing an eco raid on a with some jackhammers, or just maybe being out farming.
Well, now I want it to be accepted. That looks awesome with the gingerbread stuff. And hey, get a good look at that at the back. So we don't see many of those jackhammer skins, do we? We don't see them being accepted much. Hopefully with Christmas time, we'll see some items that haven't received many skins throughout the year finally get their time and finally get something new for them. But yeah, Mr. MICRØ, I think you've done a very good job here with Mr. Morphus. And buddy, like I said, you've helped out so much throughout all of this year. I wanted to make sure you got to show off your one as well. So, any final words, Mr. MICRØ? Is there anything else you might want to sit there and say?
Nope. Thank you very much. I appreciate the recognition for my contributions here. I try not to I try to stay neutral and unbiased here on the weekly skin showcase that we do. So, you know, of course, this doesn't really fit into our continuations theme, but it is a Christmas item. And as a, you know, I feel like if we just make the distinction that this is not a continuation, we're just purely selflessly plugging my item, then you know, I think
You're
that's
allowed.
fair to
It's
say. Put a
Christmas
disclaimer
time.
on it. But
Right.
yeah, no, I guess the only thing I can add, and I'm reiterating what I said before, is like there's just so many good items that we didn't show here. Like
Yes.
what we've shown are continuations, but there's like actual dozens of great Christmas skins out there for this first week of this year's Christmas period, and then we have a whole nother week. So next week we'll also have some stuff to show. Next week we'll be showing the first week of accepted Christmas skins, and we'll be showing previews of the upcoming week.
So
So
here's the awkward thing, and I don't think we figured this out just yet. Would the skins that are submitted this week still potentially be submitted accepted for the second week? I guess you
potentially,
don't know.
wait, that's
Yeah.
a good question. You know, I can't say. You know, we as workshoppers, we have some rules that apply to TGG's showcase and the list ordering that he does. There's also just some guidelines and rules set out by Face Punch for what they're looking for, but those are rules for the skin makers.
Yes.
So Face Punch is free to do whatever they like. They could have a store on Tuesday.
Yeah.
They could have a store at midnight for an hour with just one item. There's nothing preventing them from making those choices. And just as you inquired, could it be possible to see items from Christmas 22 week 1 accepted during the week 2 period? Absolutely. But
Well,
I don't I
there's
maybe it
one
may be
there's
hard to
one
speculate about
thing.
that.
There's one thing I'm speculating. So last year, and I've seen it for the previous years as well, on average we have a week of 10 new Christmas skins. But what we saw earlier this year for Halloween was we saw 15 skins during a single week.
That's
I
true.
get the feeling we're probably going to see maybe up to 15 skins again for Christmas skins. I'm just saying. I think that potentially is on the horizon. With so many submissions potentially on the horizon, and so many extra tasty looking skins. I mean, some of them are really good. You got to go check the workshop for yourself. You got to vote for the ones that you want to see being accepted. Show your support. I think we're probably going to see up to maybe 30 skins potentially being accepted. I think that is a very good potential thing that could happen. I really do like this Beast one. I really do think Mishka's got a decent chance of getting accepted here. Like, usually, by default, I would assume continuations of collections have a much better chance. But I think a lot of people would want to wear that throughout the year regardless. I think that's just looking really funny.
You know, this may be the wrong time to speculate about this, but we have talked about it on the show before. You know, for the old school players out there, a lot of us remember a thing that we used to see on the login screen or when a server load screen, and that was like a counter of how many pigs were killed or how many mushrooms had been picked and eaten. And there was like these statistics that Face Punch was tracking years ago that if they have that statistical analysis or data collection in place, they potentially could be understanding the frequency of use of particular items and or particular skins for particular items. So they may have taken a chance to say, well, we think this Yeti skin might do pretty well. And maybe they do the analysis to say how many were sold, and then to track the regularity of these being crafted or skinned in the repair bench. You know, it's quite possible that they have detailed analytics on how popular these were based on a number of different metrics. And that could be factoring into their decision making process about what to accept. So this Yeti pants clothing set did kind of fall off in popularity. The price took kind of a dip during the summertime,
Yeah.
as to be expected, right?
Yes.
It kind of makes
Much
sense
like
because
with
it is a holiday
Halloween
themed thing.
and Christmas, holiday themed skins usually drop off when the holiday is gone. So if
Yeah.
you got to be prepared for that. when it's not Christmas, a lot of these very cool, very, very, very good looking Christmas skins, well, by default, they will decrease in price because it's not the fitting time for it, is it? So, but this right here,
This looks good though.
Yeah,
I think this looks so cool.
This doesn't look like it's stuck with a Christmas theme. This just looks like you're a Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the presence of the tier 3 stuff in combination with the clothes extends the usability of this set longer throughout the year. I mean, if you live in a snowy climate, this could work.
I genuinely think he should just release a tier. If this gets accepted, I think he should just push for tier 2 in January. I think he should. Like, why wait? Go for it. Give it a shot. You know, if people clearly buy it a lot and whatnot, then yeah. I mean, why not? So,
and, you know, let me toss out one more talking point. I know, Hedge, we didn't actually discuss this before the stream, but we sort of just your suggestion. Maybe he does a January tier 2 set to match this. You know, that's unusual, but we have been seeing a lot of changes from normal patterns, and what I'm leading towards there is that for the past number of weeks, or ever since around the time of complete the sets, we have seen a number of extra late picks get sprinkled in. And so one thing that I think a number of us have been sort of waiting with bated breath is to see what happens with the Frosty set. Like, is that coming back? Is that going to see an extra late revival, a surprise pick for the holiday, Christmas week here? Wouldn't that be a shocker? Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be a turn of events? It's so hard to say. The likelihood of that is...
I'll give you a story. So throughout this year, I was hoping to record progress analysing when a skin collection comes out. And my original choice was Toy and Frosty collection. That went well, didn't it? They never completed, and I had to wait until Copper Collection came out. I recorded everything, and I managed to turn it into a video, and that's coming out very soon. So that's another Rust Economy 101 video coming out on the horizon. But yeah,
keep my eyes out.
I was keeping track of Frosty for so long, and it just wasn't accepted. I was confused because, if you recall, early in 2022, they were accepting ice skins and whatnot. So Frosty cold ice skins, we potentially will be seeing them still being accepted just after Christmas for a while. Toy collection as well, that was accepted early, January 6th. I remember. I'm crazy. I remember. So yeah, there's rules don't seem to apply as much anymore. What we thought were rules are probably not rules. We're winging it. We're going on. We're just doing it as long. I don't know. I'm mumbling. A
lot of what we do and a lot of the information that we share is based on a combination of guidelines and rules that have been declared by Facepunch or documented and distributed by TGG, and also a large part of our preparation and our involvement here is some of the analysis to say, pattern identification or trend, just analysis is really the word. We do see things happening. Just if you look at the data, some of these patterns just kind of emerge and they appear. So we earlier this year, Hedge put together a video that was based on my observations, in terms of the regular or the
MICRØ's hypothesis.
Period. Yeah, that's what the video was called, right? We just saw some kind of patterns that were regularly occurring and were almost becoming predictable. And we have seen some departures from that, and I think we've seen that pattern get a little bit more complex, a little bit more difficult to decode, and I actually like it. I think that the lack of predictability is somewhat...
It's nice to have a random potluck every week.
Yeah,
and look what it led to. Elite Crate is the best example. Elite Crate AK randomly selected a skin that was submitted 2 years ago. Odyssey sees it, gets the motivation to go back to the collection and make some more. Now we've got Elite Crate Tier 3. We got something we really do like, and we showed it off just a minute ago. So something like that definitely can spring up a nice bit of motivation and inspiration for the skin creators to think, that's accepted. Maybe I'll go back to it. And much like with the Cobalt SAP that you saw earlier, you like that. And I'm sure plenty of other people out there would like to see random skins getting new pieces being accepted and whatnot. So, yeah, I like what it is. But I would like a bit more variety of items as well, because we have seen the trend over this past year where only a certain type of deployables will get skins and whatnot, and AKs and AKs and AKs and SARs and SARs and SARs and Pythons and double barrel shotguns. There's been a lot of items, and what I refer to as items is like the actual like weapons and whatnot themselves and whatnot. There's quite a lot of things that just haven't had as much, attention, which is odd to me. And as an investor, when we keep seeing the same things appearing over and over and over again, they're becoming less and less in demand and less valuable. It's awkward, I said today with the likes of the AK, there's nothing wrong with the skin, it's just because we're 4 weeks in a row of an AK skin being introduced to Rustore, it's not looking very good for that Predatory AK. And go take a look at it right now in the Rustore. It's the least bought skin so far this week. So, yeah, we are getting exhausted, tired of seeing the same thing, and there are patterns to show that. So, is there anything else you'd like to say, Mr. MICRØ, before we say goodbye?
Nope, I think that we're ready to wrap it up here. Just want to say thanks to all the chatters out there, all the viewers.
Black Boots and Yeti Kit. Shut up, Mr. Metatron. Always moaning. He doesn't seem to understand what style is.
He's got a point. I've been a bit lazy with my footwear today.
Hey,
I guess we could pair it with like some whiteout boots. Do we have other light-colored boot options? I'm not actually sure.
You're fine the way you are. You shouldn't. No, you should take your shoes off. You're a Yeti. You're Bigfoot, right? Take them off now.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Show us your
toesies.
toesies. Right. Oh God, look at them. Oh, you've got like claw feet. I'm done. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching, and MICRØ's turned into that. Bye.